For this video, I made a very simple yet elegant winter handbag, or a glam handbag you can carry all year round. I was inspired by a wine bag that I found on C Gallery's website. Now, this DIY is so easy and it's so much fun. It's also very inexpensive, and I know several of you have been asking in the comments for nice gift ideas on a low budget. So I'm going to share these ideas with you. And y'all, a quick reminder that tonight is the huge announcement for the grand prize winner. I want to thank KO once again for helping me with this Christmas giveaway series. And I do think there's still a little time to enter. I'll put the video link below if you want to check it out. So here in a few hours, someone is going to win a robot vacuum cleaner valued at $300. Now, this is the DBot 601 series, and I tell all about how amazing this vacuum is in my last video if you want to check that out. So for now, let's get on with these glamorous Dollar Tree DIYs. To start this project, you will need a car washcloth from the auto section of Dollar Tree and a pair of scissors. Also, you're going to need some glue. So you're going to take your car washcloth from Dollar Tree and fold it out, lay it out, stretch it out, and decide on which side you want yours to be on the outside, because there's one side that's a little bit fuzzier than the other. So once it's laid out, you're just going to fold it one time in half. Now take your scissors and cut along the seam of the fold as far down as you want your front flap to be. And I made mine about 3 inches or so. Now take your hot glue gun and make sure you've, allowed your hot glue gun to sit for a while and it's nice and hot. So I'm just going to open the fold and run a thick bead of glue down that seam. Now make sure you don't go past your cut. Here I kind of, spread mine out a little bit. But after I run my bead of glue, then I fold it back together and press down over the seam of the glue, making sure it grabs. And by the way, this fabric really grabs to this glue. So now we're going to glue the rest of our bag together. And again, make sure your hot glue gun is ready to, use this much glue. Now run a bead of glue around your other 2 seams, and this is going to be on the bottom and this side. And then you're going to fold your cloth back over, lining this up seam to seam, just as it was. You don't have to get this perfect, by the way. The one that I actually made off camera was perfect right here. But when I went to record doing this on my second one, I totally messed up this seam. But it turned out not to be a big deal anyway. So you'll press down along the seam, making sure the glue is grabbing. And it grabs really well to this material, by the way. Once it's dry, you'll just take your hand and run your hand through the inside, grab the bag, and pull it inside out. Now, you can push down on the corners if you want. It'll make it, kind of more squared edges. But you could also, cut this and make this any shape or size that you want. I'm just showing you guys the easiest way to make this DIY. Now take your flaps and fold them over to the front. And this is where we're going to add our string. Now you can add your string wherever you want on this fold. All you have to do if you want it in the center is make a half fold. So you just fold it one time in half. And now that's where the string is going to be. And I grab it on that center fold, and I take a pair of scissors and I start making small slits with my scissors going from one side to the other. And actually right here, I recommend using a pencil and a ruler to make your marks so that these are even and spaced out. I kind of eyeballed mine, and I see now that I shouldn't have. The one that I practiced on didn't seem to show very much of my flaws right here. But on this one, I added bling and then the ribbon over it, and it really popped out, and it showed everywhere I messed up. Once you have all of your slits made, you want to shake it really, really good right here, because we are finished cutting this material. And if you've ever cut this before, you know that these little fuzzy things are gonna fall off. But once you shake it really good, you're good. There's not going to be any more to fall off. So now you can decide on how you want to decorate this. And I'm recreating one that I found on Z Gallery. So I used some adhesive bling from Dollar Tree. I just held my sheet up right to my flap to see how much bling I would need, and I cut it off to fit. So I just lined my adhesive to the fold or flap, and I pressed down. Now this adhesive will also help my slits stay together and not rip apart. And if you don't go over the front of yours with a type of adhesive, keep your slits kind of small. After my fold was covered in bling, I flipped it over, and now you can clearly see where the slits are. So all I do here is cut the slits again, but this time it's the bling. Now, after you cut, you'll kind of need to work out that crease a little bit by pulling and stretching the fabric or the bling, the center, so it kind of all blends in. And I had to add a small section of bling to the ends of these because this sheet from Dollar Tree isn't quite long enough. So I just cut to fit that section, and I stuck it, lined up with the other bling and flipped it over and made my cuts behind the rest of the slits. So I just repeated everything for the other side. And I will tell you that adding something underneath the fold was a huge help when I went to go line the bling on top of this fold. Next, I take and pinch the top sides and glue those together. Now, you may have a small slit from your fold to the very top of your bag, and that's okay. It's totally normal. It won't be very big if you have one, and if you do, you'll just need to glue it together. So, just glue that seam together. I used some white ribbon from Dollar Tree for my pull string. Now, you can use yarn or whatever you have, but this worked really nice for me. You want to start threading this on one side, and you'll just weave it in and out of the slits just like you were lacing shoes. This is so easy. You'll go across the top and around to the other flap and continue to weave until you come out on the other side. Now, the side you start on will be the side that you end on. So you should have two tails hanging down on the same side. So go ahead and tie those together in a knot and trim the excess off. Now you can leave it like this. It'll be a little pull pouch if you want to, or you can add another string. And later I decided to add another string, but I'll go ahead and show that clip now because it makes more sense to show this step instead of waiting till the end. So for the second string, you'll go in on the other side. Now remember, the side that you start on will be the side that you end on. So do not start on the same side where your other tails were hanging out. Be sure you start on the opposite side. You'll simply repeat the same thing and weave your way around to the other side. Now you should have two tails like on the other side hanging off. And again, you'll just tie those together in a knot and trim the excess off so that both sides match. You can totally adjust the length of the ribbon if you need to. And I tried to keep my ribbon straight, but if it curls on you while you're threading it, all you have to do is pull forward and pull it back a couple of times and it'll straighten itself out. Next, I glued the ends of the two flaps together on each side, making them meet. Be very, very careful here not to get any hot glue on your ribbon. If you get glue on it, then it won't be functional. So make sure the ribbon is completely out of the way and has no chance of being, sandwiched in between these two seams or, glued while you're doing this. You can decorate it any way you want. You can make letters, so you can like put your initials on this. You can put a heart on this. You can add any kind of bling, just whatever you want, or you can leave it plain. I'm kind of backing up here because of the order that I made mine in. I wanted to give mine a little something extra, so I used some adhesive bling on the bottom corner, on just one of the bottom corners. So I held my sheet up to the corner that I wanted to cover, and then I flipped my sheet over and outlined where I wanted to cut. So after I cut it, I took my triangle and I stuck it to the corner. Then I used the adhesive backing where I just peeled my first triangle off. I used that as a template for the other side. Now, when bringing these corners together, you may have to add some hot glue. I did because the adhesive touched the handbag, so the glue, the adhesive wasn't so sticky anymore. So I did add some hot glue to seal the seams together. And finally, for a final touch, I glued a brooch from Totally Dazzled in the very center. And now I'm ready to enjoy this beautiful handbag because I'm all finished. The other easy gift ideas that you could make, you could grab one of these metal Christmas containers from Dollar Tree and spray paint the inside silver and the outside white. Then just go around the metal box with some type of bling, or you could even glue gems around it. I really like this because it's hinged and it's metal. So the bling that I use is actually some bling ribbon I found at Hobby Lobby on sale, but regular bling wrap will work perfectly fine. Another idea much like this one is one that I've actually done before on my channel. I used one of the clear containers from Dollar Tree, and this is just the same thing. You go around the container with bling or, whatever kind of bling wrap you have. Now, what I did a little different on this one is I glued a knob in the center of the lid on this one. Now you could use the mirrored disco ball ornaments from Dollar Tree for a knob if you didn't have anything like this. And there's also plenty of other things that you could use for a knob if you wanted to. Um, and if you're wondering, this went with my 5-piece vanity tray set, if it looks a little familiar, which is also a Dollar Tree project. And finally, this is one of my very favorites, even till this day. I'd actually got another bottle because I planned on making another one. So I'm going to use it for this video. You could get a perfume bottle from Dollar Tree. From there, you would just, paint the bottle somehow, or you could do Mod Podge and glitter. And you could even make one of these little bags in this video to go with it and ditch the cardboard boxes come in. Hey, that's an idea. Anyway, so paint it, Mod Podge, glitter, however you want to do that. Then just go crazy gluing on some gems and pearls. These are adhesive pearls from Dollar Tree. And you just glue those in, no specific order, just kind of randomly. And you want this to be unique and give it kind of that real richy, expensive feel. And this went with my other vanity set. I made one that was like themed diamonds and pearls. And I could not believe the response from this perfume bottle. I love this. These are all just really simple, quick and easy Dollar Tree projects that you could do, and they're all under $5. So this is something that you can make, even for a last minute gift if you wanted to, y'all. So that is a wrap. When I publish this video, I'll be getting ready to stream live, so I probably won't see you down in the comments right away, but I will see you here in a little while. Good luck, everyone. I love you, and many blessings.